So I just saw Spider-Man Far From Home, and it was alright. Most of the actors from Spider-Man Homecoming bring good performances to this movie. Even MJ and Flash, who I initially didn't like at first, were more charming in this one. Zendaya and Tony Revolori weren't necessarily bad in Homecoming, but their personalities differed so much from the original characters that they were essentially different people entirely. So it was always kind of frustrating that they were trying to pass them off as the same characters, especially when they did such a good job with Ned, who isn't from the comics. But once I was able to get past their names, I realized they weren't poorly written to begin with. The comedy was on par with most Marvel movies, and even though the story was enjoyable, I did find it kind of predictable for the most part. It certainly didn't help that some of the best jokes and moments were spoiled in the trailer, and I wasn't fully on board with where the plot was going at first, but once the twist happened it all started to make sense. And the movie briefly mentions a plot device that's meant to cause tension throughout the story, but they kind of forget about it until the end, and I'm left not really feeling anything about it because of how little was developed. On the technical side of things, the cinematography was so flat outside the action scenes that I found myself kind of bored at points, and the editing choices for a certain flashback scene ended up looking really awkward. In the end, this movie didn't disappoint me, and I am excited to see what comes next for the MCU Spider-Man, but overall it's another conventional Marvel movie that's fun, even if it's mediocre for the most part. Check this one out in theaters if you want, but I'd say there's no real harm on waiting for it to come out on home video.